All right, welcome to another video by Johnny IELTS. So in this video, two students from my class, they will do this regular speaking practice. So they're sitting right in front of me. So Mr. Quang, Mr. Phúc, are you ready for your speaking practice now?
Yes.
Good. So let's do some more difficult topics here. Let's see. Forms and phonings. Let's do number 7 and we'll see. 6, 7. Okay, so have you visited a farm before, Phúc?
Yes. Actually, my hometown is Long
It's in Long An province. Yeah.
Yes. Farmer. Yeah.
It's a farming community, right?
My grandma is a farmer.
I see.
I used to have I have experience to crop the
So,
thing.
so you know how to do farming?
Yeah.
So you know how to grow rice plants?
Yeah.
Biết cách trồng lúa. Yeah. Wow. You know, these days, those skills, not many people know it, you know. Right. How about you, Quang? Have you visited a farm before?
Yeah.
I have never visited. If I have a chance. Right. I see. So, Quang, do you know how the people in the farm live?
Like what I said, I have been there, but my when I research in there, so I saw actually I I see that I saw that the farmer had a simple life and when they in one day they so what do they call that? They say a simple there is
Their main work, yeah,
a
and taking care of the plants, you know, like how can I say, feeding animals, feeding cattle, cho gia súc ăn, and they wash they wash the chicken coop, chicken coop, the chicken coop. So basically, chuồng gà. So basically, it's a no, it's a different word. I think chicken. I think it's a different word. Yeah, it's chicken coop. As I remember, it was written differently. There, chicken coop, chuồng gà. Wash the chicken coop, pig pen, chuồng heo, pig pen, sometimes the stable. The stable is basically chuồng ngựa. The stable is exactly where you keep the horses or cows, you know, chuồng bò. Yeah. Well, you have to wash them, otherwise there will be a lot of problems with hygiene, you know. You have to understand hygiene is very important. It means cleanliness, salvation. All right. So you have to keep hygiene, um, otherwise diseases can spread rapidly. You know why? Because those animals live in a very cramped condition. Nó sống trong những cái tình trạng rất là chật hẹp luôn á. So because everyone have chickens, pigs, and cows and horses in a very cramped condition. So if there's a disease, it will spread quickly, you know. You have to keep hygiene. All right, so you probably know how more than Đ.Quang. So what can people or what can you do on a farm? Cái you này là con người ta nha. Con người ta phải làm gì ở trong một nông trại? So in the morning.
They will clean this
It's okay. All right, Quang, you and have any idea? Like, what can people do on a farm? Like, can you ride horses?
Really on the let's say but the farm things definitely this can be a place to people can relax in.
Yeah, people can relax if it's clean. Relax and enjoy the countryside life, right? Sống vùng quê. Well, you know, in the past, a lot of people think that living on a farm is very peaceful, you know, very peaceful, no stress, no deadline, no IELTS, you know, no deadlines, no IELTS, you know. What else?
If people biology they can explore new explore anyone habit.
They can learn. They can learn about animal habits and breed. Oh yeah, they can breed animals, you know. Like for example, if you learn biology well, you can breed animals to give the best possible result. To give the best possible result. Like for example, some people want their chickens to produce like massive big eggs, you know, or can produce many eggs, or the cows can have so much meat or produce lots of milk, you know, something like that. Okay, so your turn to ask the question. What can people do on a farm? Or what can you do on a farm? You said that you used to live in the countryside, no? Don't worry, I'll provide.
You get the question for
Yes, this one, number 3.
Yeah, they spray organic liquids, which
Organic one?
liquid
Spray organic fertilizer.
which provide nutrients to the plant, which go
To provide nutrients. To provide nutrients to the plants. Cung cấp dưỡng chất cho cây. To provide nutrients to plants, and you can actually spray a lot of things. Like for example, you can spray, or what's it called? Pesticides. Pesticide. So pest is basically những con sâu bệnh phát lại. Side, it means to kill. Pesticide, thuốc trừ sâu, to spray pesticide, you can do that. And you can also do what? Thu hoạch, you can harvest. You can harvest the crops. Thu hoạch các vụ mùa. It's strange that you don't know those things because you don't have enough vocabulary. It's fine. So can you answer that question? So what can you do on a farm? Yeah.
they washing the about the
Let's think
Wow.
about fun things. You can ride horses. Yeah, that's a fun thing, like a cowboy.
so what's the
Like cowboys. Cowboy. Cái cậu ca chăn bò, cowboys.
so by grass by to
Collect what?
to
Collect
dry-
grasses. Okay, collect dry grasses. It's dry grasses. To make bale, it's like nó tạo thành những cái khối. Cái cục đó gọi là cục bale. I don't know what's Vietnamese word for that, but thu gom cỏ cháy, cỏ khô thành ra những cái cục rơm. Bale, khối rơm. Or hay, it's basically hay. It's wrong in Vietnamese. They can collect dry grasses to make hay or bale. Yes. What else? Okay. Yes. Okay, that's it. So I'll introduce to you like the word produce. Produce as a noun, it means sản vật nông nghiệp. Sản vật nông nghiệp hay còn gọi là nông sản. So basically it means milk, meat, eggs, leather, yeah, thịt, or anything that comes from the farm, you know. All the things you can get from a farm, it's called produce. So milk, meat, eggs, leather, what's it called? Wool. How do you write it? Wool, I forgot. Oh. No. Len, wool. I forgot the word wool. Basically it's just animal fur, okay? Animal fur, lông động vật. And you can make a lot of things with that, etc. So produce only mean the thing that you can make from the farm, okay? But the word product, the word product, it means sản phẩm. It means anything you can make, like from factory, from farm, from the lab, from home, anything. Nó sẽ là một cái từ mang cái nét nghĩa mà nó rộng hơn so với produce nha. Okay. So, do you know how, okay, Quang, do you know how the people in the farm grow their produce? Anh biết mấy người đó có sao trồng nông sản, cái thứ như thế nào? On YouTube.
the first thing they did
Is
they choose they choose the yeah.
So they choose the appropriate phù hợp. They choose the appropriate plants to grow. What's the next one?
After that they
Of course, you have to put them into the land, to the soil, you know. You have to put them into the soil. Soil là đất, soil là đất trồng. Soil, đất trồng. And then water, tưới nước, water them. And then of course you wait for them to grow. Okay. And then of course you harvest them after a while. Okay, can you answer the question again? Do you know how the people on the farm grow their produce?
they choose the appropriate
Appropriate.
appropriate
Appropriate.
appropriate
Okay. You will see that word a lot.
Appropriate. Appropriate. Appropriate.
Appropriate. Appropriate. Appropriate. Appropriate. Phù hợp. Nhưng mà động từ to appropriate nó lại có mang cái nghĩa khác nha, nghĩa xấu nha. Nó có nghĩa là trưng dụng tài sản công, chiếm hữu tài sản công của người khác, hoặc chiếm hữu tài sản người khác làm của mình. Appropriate. But the adjective here, yeah. Okay, please answer that question.
Appropriate. Then
To grow, yes.
they put them into the store. Then what? Then and they wait for them to go and have it.
They wait for them to grow and harvest. Wow, that's a good way. Okay, so are there any farms in your hometown?
Yes. Yeah, small farm in main town is provide many agricultural products.
You can just use the word produce if you want, or you can use agricultural products. If you want to say it's the same thing as the word produce, you know. Yes, to many markets and supermarkets. So do you know, like, do those farm uses a lot of advanced technology? Do they use a lot of advanced technology? Những công nghệ tiên tiến có xài không? Like for example, do they use like large factories with a lot of machines in there? You know, Vinamilk actually has a lot of factories with cows and machines in there. I don't know if the farms in your hometown the same thing. Not the same, huh?
This is the original product.
I see. You know, a lot of farms, they produce a lot of fruits and vegetables, then they sell it to the market or supermarket. Fresh, you know, fresh produce. Nó gọi là những cái nông sản tươi. Okay. So, do you think farming is important? Em có nghĩ việc làm nông là quan trọng không? Farming is a noun. Việc làm nông nghiệp. So, why do you think farming is important? Why not? No. Vietnam used to be a developing country, but now it's different. Now a lot of Vietnamese families doing service or they work in industries. Thì sự Việt Nam bây giờ không còn nước nông nghiệp ở đâu, nó là nước Trung rồi và không còn nước đang phát triển nữa, nước Trung rồi. So we work a lot in the industries and services. Công nghiệp và dịch vụ, chứ thực sự Việt Nam số người mà làm nông nghiệp không còn nhiều lắm đâu. We used to be developing, okay, but now it's different. You have to understand that.
A lot of
Produce or produce.
products. Bring a lot of many contribute to GDP.
Yes, what is GDP then? GDP is the gross domestic produce product. Wait, is it gross domestic product? Tổng sản lượng quốc nội. Wait. Tổng sản lượng quốc nội. Domestic là bên trong đất nước nha. Gross domestic product. Yeah, GDP of the country. What else?
Việt is one of the most country, one of the most country export export right to the world.
Import and export. Import and export. Import and export. Xuất khẩu và nhập khẩu. Okay, and you know Vietnam exported a lot of rice to many countries around the world, you know. But these days, we also export a lot of seafood, a lot of clothes, a lot of furniture, a lot of like technology from Viettel, you know. Actually, Viettel built a lot of infrastructures in Africa, you know that one? Or in Laos and Cambodia. Infrastructure, cơ sở vật chất hạ tầng. Thật sự là nói chung là người Việt làm thầm lặng lắm cho nên ít người biết. Basically, the Vietnamese army, Viettel actually is a company from the army. They built a lot of infrastructures in Africa, in Laos, in Cambodia, and many countries in Africa. So you can think of it like an export, yeah. But the question here focus on, do you think farming is important? Em có nghĩ chuyện làm nông là quan trọng không? What do you think, Phúc? Can we live without food?
This vital
Of course.
to improve the quality of farming. Right. We improve the technique to maintain the press, like
to maintain the quality of produce. Yeah.
So to the organics food, so I have no idea.
It's okay. Right. Okay. So my last class seems to cancel today, so you guys can stay long if you want. Okay. So the question here, I think you guys need to focus on the fact that without farming, would our country survive? Not really. Because why? Farming is linked to food security. Security. Nó gọi là an ninh lương thực đó. Nó quan trọng lắm nha. Ví dụ như giờ không có thức ăn, cả đất nước không làm ăn gì, không làm việc được. So without food, enough food, your country, without enough food, your country depends a lot on other country. That's bad because you depend on others. What if they say, no, we cannot sell you any more rice? You see? So that is the food security. Em chỉ cần không ăn thử được một ngày em không có đồ ăn thôi. Sống nổi không? You cannot live without food for even one day, you know? So farming is very important. Linked to food security. That's the first thing. Second thing is, of course, farming is linked to, what's it called? Productivity. Sức lao động sản xuất. Think about it. If without good food supplies, without good quality food, the people cannot work efficiently, you know? Work efficiently. Con người ta không thể làm việc một cách có hiệu quả được nếu mà đồ ăn họ ăn không tốt. You know? So it affects the GDP, of course, affect the productivity a lot, you know? Okay, so would you like to live on a farm? Why not?
Yes, of course. This is the atmosphere is peaceful.
Very peaceful.
And a lot of people are very familiar with me.
So familiar, atmosphere, môi trường sống quen thuộc. Yes.
The environment is there
very clean and not polluted like in city.
Less pollution in the city.
Exactly. How about you, Quang? Would you like to live on a farm?
Of course, boys, I like that.
Exactly. Me too. I mean, why would I teach when I can just sit there and then chill? Right.
I think the aspect of the city is very
Yes.
people.
Okay. The atmosphere in a city is very hectic. Let's use the word hectic. Hectic, it means like frantic, hối hả, xô bồ. And you can say that it's too fast or it's too vibrant. It's vibrant. Sôi nổi. Sôi nổi. Nhịp sống sôi nổi. So when you talk about vibrant, you talk about a life pace of life. All right. So you said that living in the city is too hectic, too stressful, and I want to Netflix and chill. Who doesn't, right? Watch movies and then just enjoy life. Who doesn't want that? Okay, but we need to give ourselves some challenges, Otherwise, we would not develop. Không có chúng ta không phát triển được. So, do you know how the animals in the farm live?
They grow with the food they feed them, and also the water to and food.
Okay, so water is given.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse, basically lò mổ. Of course, those animals will be killed, will be slaughtered in the end for meat. And I think you should talk about like how many animals live in one place. Do they live in a cage? Sống trong lồng kín hay không? Do they live in a cage? Or can they run freely? Có thể chạy tự do, thoải mái or not? Can it run freely or not?
Yeah, they but
Mm,
in the ground
uh-huh.
they to with freedom to
Yes.
mold food
And
to eat them, and so and surrounding them have a fence. And they live with trees around to have có cái bóng mát,
to have shade, trees to provide shades, bóng mát, bóng râm, to provide shades for them. Mà nghe nó hơi bị thơ ca. It sounds very poetic. It sounds very poetic. Mang tính thơ ca. But basically, animals in a farm, they live in a cramped environment. Chật hẹp lắm luôn á, nó sống rất là chật chội. Là cả triệu con nó sống trong một cái factory như vậy, một cái nhà máy như vậy. So basically, you should see like a chicken factory. You can see that so many of them, they live in like conditions like that. There you go. Millions of them. They live in factories like this. They're provided food. They can run freely in this area, of course, make friends. I don't know. And they live until they are big enough, which is about 49 days. By that time, they cannot move anymore because they are so fat already. So they have to be killed by that time. So cows, let's just say cows in Western country, they live in this kind of condition. You can see real life of a dairy cow. You can see here. It's a terrible situation where they live like in cages like this. They live very close together like this. They cannot move freely, you know. Those cats can move freely in this house. Yeah. My cats can move freely in this house, yeah. And they have one of the best life minus the freedom. Điểm trừ cho sự tự do thôi các con. You cannot go out. Okay. So also because they live in the cramped conditions, they have to be injected. Được chích, được tiêm. They have to be injected with a lot of antibiotics. Antibiotics action. Why? Because if they live in a very cramped condition, environment like that, it's very easy for them to get sick, you know. Dễ bệnh lắm luôn. So they have to be injected with a lot of antibiotics. Cho nên sữa bò, sữa phương Tây ấy, nó có rất nhiều dư lượng kháng sinh nha. So cow milk from the West can contain a lot of antibiotics. Right, okay. Đ.Quang, do you know how the animals in the farm live? This is a hard question. A hard topic.
The benefits in the animal don't need to worry about the food. They
they can be fed.
Feel hungry. It's like that. Animal have to live in
A very cramped environment. Cố gắng đừng có giọng quá cao nha, hạ giọng xuống. Live in a cramped environment. But live in the cramped environment. Nó không tự nhiên. Okay, so just try to do that. Exactly. Chicken even. Người ta thường tiêm vô cái cánh gà. So basically people often inject antibiotics at chicken wing, you know. Yummy. Anyway, let's move on to a part 2 question. 269. Okay. Wow, today's is going to be a lot about trees, plants, animals, things like that. Describe a garden or a park that you visited. Miêu tả một cái vườn hay là một cái công viên mà anh chị đã viếng thăm. You should say where it is, what you did there, what it looks like, nó nhìn ra làm sao. Explain how you felt about it. Cảm thấy sao về cái vườn và cái công viên đó. You can talk about water park if you want. Công viên nước or any kind of garden, bất kỳ loại vườn này. Okay, part 3, what can people learn about learn from speaking, from spending time in nature? Con người ta có thể học được gì từ chuyện dành thời gian trong thiên nhiên? Hard, right? Spending time in nature, basically, think about that. To be connected with nature. To relieve, cái từ này mình có từ xả stress nè. To relieve stress, chứ không phải là release nhau nha. Cái từ này nó mới là giảm nè, giảm stress, xả stress nè. To relieve stress. Okay. And of course, spending time in nature helps you to appreciate, trân trọng, to appreciate nature more, you know? And of course, you love nature more, you want to protect it. Okay. Okay, think about those things and give examples. Để cho ví dụ. Like for example, if you spend time in a school garden, dành thời gian trong những cái vườn của trong trường thì sao? Something like that. If you spend time in a flower garden, vườn hoa thì sao? Like, yeah, does it help in any way? Okay, should cities have more public gardens and parks? Những thành phố có nên có thêm nhiều cái vườn hoặc là công viên công cộng không? Nó sẽ có sự khác biệt giữa public garden với lại private gardens, you know, vườn của công cộng với lại vườn mà của tư nhân. So private gardens, you can grow anything you want, and the owners will not allow a lot of people there, of course. Okay, and you think about what public gardens and parks provide for the city. Nó cung cấp cái gì ở thành phố mà có phải có vườn, có cây à? They just provide, let's just say, they provide the much needed, rất cần thiết, the much needed oxygen, oxygen, and it cleans the air, lọc không khí đó nha. And of course it also it reduces the noise level, mức độ tiếng ồn, giảm thiểu mức tiếng ồn in a city. And it also makes life less stressful. Nó làm cho cuộc sống nó đỡ căng thẳng hơn. Thử tưởng tượng chữ deadline bên trong vườn cây. You know, just imagine like running deadlines in a garden or what. You know. Okay, and also think about the fact that it's good for mental health, sức khỏe tinh thần, tốt hơn sức khỏe tinh thần. Instead of looking at concrete là bê tông á. Concrete jungle, thay vì nhìn vào những tòa nhà bê tông như khu rừng vậy, như cái rừng vậy, nếu mà nhìn vào tòa nhà là xây bê tông hoài á, nó sẽ tạo một cảm giác mà rất là bí, rất là chết, you know, like think about on apartment slum, living in a slum, you know, giống như cái ổ chuột của, like look at this one. For example, they look very ugly and it's all concrete, nó toàn là bê tông không. And of course it's depressing when people look at them. Nó khá là mang tính trầm cảm, mang tính trầm cảm. When people look at them, so they will feel depressed more, you know. Giống như cái nhà tù thay vì là một cái nơi để sống, it looks more like a prison more than like a place you want to live. Or even worse, look at these conditions that people have to live. The slums of Hong Kong is a terrible environment to live in. Trời ơi, nhiều khi một cái khu này là cả gần cả 10.000 căn hộ khác nhau. Like there could be a ten of thousands of little apartment like this. Well, just look at these things, you can see. Not nice. It's not perfect, okay? Not a situation you want to live in. Seriously. So, cái câu này có thể lái vào cái chuyện đó được. So, this question you can link to the fact that people want to look at nature, not like buildings, you know. All right. And lúc ngập lụt cái cây nó làm cái gì? So, when it's flooding, floods, trees can absorb hấp thụ, they can absorb water, yeah, hấp thụ nước, and also it also helps against erosion. You know what erosion is? So xói mòn, từ xói mòn đất á, like soil erosion, because when there are roots of trees, they suck up the water around them, they keep the soil from going away, you know. Nó giữ cho cái khối đất đó nó không có di chuyển được. So it helps against erosion. Okay. Now, are such facilities useful in small towns? So such facilities, những cơ sở vật chất đó nó hữu ích ở trong thị trấn nhỏ không? It means public garden and parks. So, are public garden and park useful in small towns? Mấy khu vườn và công viên công cộng vậy có hữu ích trong thị trấn nhỏ không? Does it help? Small town means like maybe less than 10,000 people, ít hơn 10.000 người maybe. Yeah, something like that. Thường mấy cái small town nó sẽ được bao phủ bởi rừng hoặc là cánh đồng, you know. Normally small town are surrounded by forest and fields, you know. Small towns are often surrounded by forests and fields or rivers and dòng sông. So is it useful to have public gardens and park in a small town? Thực sự là thành phố lớn nó cần nhiều hơn nhiều. So you should explain why, you know. Okay, what facility should be added to public gardens? Những cơ sở vật chất nào nên được thêm vào những khu vườn công cộng? Like if you go to public gardens, what do you see? Like street vendors selling, what's it called? Drinks and food, maybe. Should there be public toilet, of course? Chứ không người ta đá vô cây, you know, otherwise people will pee onto like trees and you need public toilets. Of course. What else? Think. Automatic water dispenser. Nó gọi là cái vòi cái vòi uống nước tự động. Nó dispense ra nước, like automatic water dispenser. Yes. What else?
Talk with the buy to put the money to it and to get.
Yes. So they should have like bikes for rent, I think. Những xe đạp để có thể người dân họ thuê. Yep. But to be honest with you, not successful. Không thành công lắm đâu, người đâu ai chạy đâu thì I don't think many people will rent those bikes. Maybe tourists, maybe. Anything else? Yes, let's go fountain. Water fountains. Những đài phun nước. Anything else?
To machine to do exercise.
So, what's it called? Exercise machines. những máy tập thể dục. Yes, you need that. Well, but honestly with you, in the West, I do not see exercise machines in public gardens. But only in Vietnam do I see that. Or maybe in China. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. You can be creative with this one. Cứ sáng tạo nó thoải mái cái này. All right, you have some time to think about this topic now, class. All right, who first then? Ai trước này. Okay, cool. Because you're gonna take your exam soon. So, can you describe a garden or park that you visited, please?
If I remember correctly, last year I went to a park near to the river, the Saigon River, with my class.
Okay.
So, about for a view. This so many books to memorize the high school.
I think it's just called yearbook. It's fine. You can say yearbook. Yeah. Okay, focus on a garden or park. Tập trung vào cái garden or park này. Okay.
Sunflower garden. We have a lot of memorable picture in there, and I find it very peaceful in this, and this also bring me a lot of memories moment when I thought it.
Well, a lot of memories and the moments. Một phút rồi đó. One minute more. Okay, it's good. If you already explained everything here within a minute, it's fine. Good. Nó bị ngắn nhưng mà nghĩ chắc cũng ok. Just be careful with your verbs, okay? Cẩn thận cái động từ mình xài nha. Past tense. All right, Quang, please. Describe a garden or park that you visited. One of the most. Đọc từ từ thôi. Speak slowly, it's fine. Yes. I know that one. District 1.
When I was young, I often go there to a lot of places.
So when I was young, I often went there to. Cái động từ thứ hai nó sẽ không có chia. Động thứ nhất có chia nhưng. So when I was young, I often went there to. Yes.
Sitting on grass
sitting on the grass and wait, you can camp there? I've never seen people do that, you know. Really? You can do that? Yeah, you can say camping with my family or have a picnic there. But I have never done that before. Sợ lắm luôn. Ngồi xuống đụng kim chích. You know, actually, I'm afraid of, people throwing, I'm afraid of people throwing empty hypoderms, or basically needles, which HIV, you know. Anyway, anything else?
This park is very big.
You want to up the most biggest? Wow.
The biggest park in the city.
Yes.
It's had a long history. When I went there,
when I came there.
I am very, very funny and because
You mean fun or funny? Careful. Fun là cảm giác vui. Fun là vui. Funny là mắc cười, buồn cười quá. Yeah, so which one?
very, very fun. Um, when I came this last month, it's bring a lot, it bring a lot of memories.
Okay, that's a lot, more than 2 minutes already. Hơi bị quá 2 phút rồi nha. Cứ tập trung vào mấy gì say này. Okay, so it brought a lot of memories. Yeah. Okay. So what can people learn from spending time in nature?
First, people can learn about nature's like skill to wind out long day.
To unwind, you mean? To unwind. To unwind means like to chill, relax. Từ nhiều chữ chill nha, nó là một từ lắm. So use the word unwind. Yeah.
That's a long day. Got a lot of pressure in the daily life.
Correct.
This also to have gain oxygen from there, and the trees will need to reduce the carbon footprint.
Yeah, you use the word carbon footprint. Sorry, just like moving this camera a little bit. Okay. So basically, the trees reduce the carbon footprint. Nó gọi là dấu chân carbon. So basically, wherever humans goes, they produce CO2. Con người đến đâu cũng sản xuất ra carbon, CO2. Yes. Anything else?
To absorb a lot of
Absorb.
absorb
Absorb. Absorb.
So water like which rent and absorb them to reduce the flood
Floods. Reduce floods.
Wind out the high temperature.
So basically reduce temperature. Temperature. They reduce temperature. And I think that's it. Yeah. So what do you think, Quang? What can people learn from spending time in nature? Nói thử ý khác khác đi. You just try something else.
Many advantages. Yes.
Many advantages. Yeah.
People can live slowly.
Live slowly. You mean people can live slower? Can live slower. Sống chậm hơn. Spend time to look at life around them and reflect. Nó có một cái từ đó là reflect, là chiêm nghiệm, nhìn lại, chiêm nghiệm. Nó còn có nghĩa đó nữa chứ không chỉ có nghĩa là phản chiếu đâu. So they can spend time to look at life around them and reflect. Cái chữ more nó giống như văn viết rồi đó. More sounds very written language, you know. I think you can just say what's more. Còn điều gì không? What's more? Còn điều gì hơn nữa không? It's just the same as moreover, but it sounds more spoken language, you know. Nó nghe nó văn nói hơn. So what's more?
What is more?
What's more? What's more? We say what's more.
What's more is
No, just say what's more, come. Dấu phẩy vậy đó. It's like moreover, come, you know.
what's more. People can see directly about any more contact the process of
The process.
of painting
The process of what?
painting
Of planting trees. Yes.
so they can eat so they can meet other people who have like-minded them.
Okay. Right. Okay. So Phúc, should cities have more public gardens and parks?
They should have more public gardens. They will provide shadow shade to
Shadow and shade and shade.
is to provide peaceful atmosphere and to release oxygen
And absorb CO2, absorb carbon dioxide. Nó sẽ bắt người xem actually feel better.
people can get it and to play with friends or just walk along to
Alone. O-N. Alone. To work alone. Yes.
yes to wind down and this also
Chứ mình chịu unwind nó something. Tự nhiên work alone to unwind nó kỳ kỳ gì. Làm việc một mình để mà xả stress nó kỳ kỳ đúng không? You know. Yes.
it's also to like use the
Anyway, so should cities have more public gardens and parks? Based on what you just said nhé. Dựa mấy cái em vừa nói thì thành phố có nên có nhiều những công viên hoặc là vườn công cộng không? Yes, please. Wow.
yes the city would have to more get this reduce the concrete the concrete structure and also provide the people awareness to how to solve the environment and to live to stay with to reduce the pollution and together to place a lot of people together and play with them and to praise like to stay connected and raise the mental health.
But let's think about the fact that when you have the green space, khi có không gian xanh đi, you have to hire more keepers because leaves fall down, you know, and you have to sweep the street. Lá rơi xuống, lá rụng xuống chứ. Thì đương nhiên là mình sẽ phải bỏ tiền thuê những cái người mà giữ cái nơi đó, quản lý nơi đó, and street cleaners too, và những cái cô lao công để mà lau dọn đường phố đó chứ. But and also those green area you cannot live there, so it means that those green areas could have been used, lẽ ra đã có thể được sử dụng, to build houses or buildings, you know, but now it's just a green area. You know what I mean? So there's also something to debate here. Should we have this green area or not? You know, lẽ ra có thể dùng xây building, kiếm được nhiều tiền không? And then you can you can earn a lot of money by doing so and help people. So what do you think? Quang, what do you think?
I feel she should have more. Yeah,
Mhm.
because either more than they either more cities, many big cities,
Big city,
big city,
big or big?
big,
Many big cities
big cities are very polluted.
are very polluted.
Very polluted.
So many big cities are very polluted. Yes.
Yeah, like
In integral role, play an integral role, đóng một vai trò cốt lõi.
in the air condition.
Mhm. What am I doing? It's just my cat. I mean, sometimes she's a bit, yeah. Don't worry. So you said gardens play an integral role in regulating temperature. Nó sẽ điều phối, regulate. They regulate the temperature. Nó sẽ điều hòa nhiệt độ. Just like an air cons. Just like an air conditioner. Máy lạnh, máy điều hòa. Như máy điều hòa. Yes, that's a very important point. When cities have more gardens, they will spend much less on electricity, you know. Anything else? What can you think about it? Should city have more public gardens and parks, and why or not? All right. So are such facilities, which mean public gardens and parks, useful in small towns? Thị trấn nhỏ nên có những cái công viên, vườn tược công cộng không?
Small town, the public garden is used to be a playground with a child.
So it can be playground for children.
Play in terms of soccer, and the parent will need to play
Người lớn có chỗ hẹn hò. Adults can have a good place to date, you know. Exactly.
The chess, the clock is also have a lot of age on the table to play.
Yes. Quánh bài nè. To play chess or poker. Yes.
Do exercise like the aerobic, and I think it's very important to local people in the small town.
See.
They to have a lot of activity in their daily life, and they will be to combine on the public garden to share a lot of more to the memory moment in the
Memorable moments. Yes.
to the daytime and enjoy the sharing, the conversation.
All right, good. So, what facilities should be added to public gardens? Go and game, like like ice cream vendor, maybe ice cream vendors, or maybe thùng rác công cộng, like more communal bins. to bự, mấy thùng rác to bự cho công cộng được communal bins. Or yeah, so what else? What facility should be added to public gardens then, Quang? Mm-hmm.
People should add the facilitate to can use the potential of put together some free restaurant. Restaurant, yeah.
Like a cafe, you mean? Cafe, yeah. Cafe. Or coffee shop. Nhưng với chuyện cà phê shop thôi nha. It's just coffee shop or cafe. So there should be a cafe or coffee shops there.
So possibly could be added to limit the advantage. Together, and they can add the bin.
Exactly. Public restroom, communal bins. Yep.
So food can hire people to keep
the garden use. Exactly. So what do you think? What facility should be added to public gardens and why? Mình nên defend, mình nên phòng thủ cái lựa chọn mình. Tại sao tôi nghĩ cái đó nó lại nên được thêm vô?
should be as machine vendor.
Vending machines.
The vending machine.
So more vending machines.
Provide convenient food on the drink for most people, and without them, it's the inconvenient. So if I want to buy it, I want to come.
Maybe more ATMs, but I haven't seen that, ATMs in the park. No, not really. Thì luôn trong công viên thì có máy rút tiền tự động, nó kỳ lạ lắm luôn á. I haven't seen that, Wow, but vending machine, yes. Anything else?
To it's the public toilet. So it's like the mấy cái nhà di động, cái toilet di động.
There should be, for example, you mean movable toilets? Mobile. It's called mobile, hoặc là mobile theo cái quy luật mà y ngắn L đó. IL là IL, mobile, hoặc là mobile toilets, yeah.
Yeah, mobile toilet, which can be easy to transportation.
For transportation, yes.
If don't have to do this.
I say. Well, mobile toilets can actually sell a lot of things like a shop, Nó như là một cái shop hàng nhỏ bán đồ đó. So mobile toilets can also act as a small convenience store, But of course, it's not so cheap there. Giá phải tăng lên chứ, of course. Anything else? I think that's it, yeah. All right, let's move on to another topic here. 268. Describe someone else's room you enjoy spending time in. Miêu tả cái phòng của một ai đó khác mà bạn ưa thích dành thời gian trong đó. Phòng của ai đó khác nha. Someone else's room you enjoy spending time in. You should say whose room it is. Cái phòng nó thuộc về ai. Like who that room belongs to, whose room it is. What it looks like, nhìn ra sao. What you usually do there, bạn thường làm gì đó. And explain why you enjoy spending time in that room. Tại sao mình lại quá dành thời gian những cái phần đó? And then part three, do you think people personalize their space? So the word personal mang tính cá nhân, mang tính cá nhân của mỗi người, mang tính riêng tư của mỗi người. So it means personal mean belong to the people. But the word personalize theo cái đuôi I sẽ biết là có chữ hóa rồi đó, cá nhân hóa. So it means that you try to turn that space into your own with decoration that makes it looks like your own. When people look at it, people will immediately know that it's a reflection of your personality, you know. Nó là một cái sự mà phản ánh của cái tính cách của mình, tại vì mình đã decor nó theo kiểu của mình, nó gọi là cá nhân hóa. So how do people personalize their space? Do they put on posters and paintings? Do they paint the walls with their favorite colors? Do they do they purchase? Do they purchase furniture? Do they purchase furniture of their choice? Họ có mua những đồ nội thất theo sự lựa chọn của họ không? Something like that, you know. And you basically just have to have some ideas like that. Do you think people personalize their space? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng con người ta cá nhân hóa cái không gian của họ không? Well, most of the time, yes, right? Right. Unless you have no life, no character. Trừ trường hợp những bạn hoàn toàn gọi là hòa tan, không có cái gì gọi là của bạn nữa luôn á. Chị bắt trước. Okay, how do people often personalize their space? Cái câu trên đây là gì? Yes hay no? This is a yes no question. And you should also ask why do people do that? Tại sao con người ta lại biến cái không gian thành không gian cá nhân của họ vậy? So like let's say to make it feel like home. Làm nó cảm giác như là nhà, tổ ấm. Or to feel more comfortable being there. Chỉ cần ở đó thôi là cảm thấy thoải mái hơn nhiều chẳng hạn. Or it's just like let's say yeah, you always want to make things sound like your own, yeah. And this question focus on how, you know, cái câu này nó tập trung vào như thế nào, làm sao, làm như thế nào con người ta cá nhân hóa không gian của họ. Alright, why do people feel comfortable in other people's room? Tại sao con người ta cảm thấy thoải mái trong phòng của người khác? Maybe other people have something they don't have. Like maybe other people possess, sở hữu, expensive items that they want. Maybe because you know, if other people's like your friend have, let's say, PlayStation 5, PS5, for example, or if someone has a like máy chiếu, like a projector like I do, people would go there to watch movies, you know. Like projector, máy chiếu, or maybe a PlayStation 5, PS5, maybe. I don't know. Or if other people have a lots of comics or game or board games, you know, maybe it makes people comfortable, you know. Or maybe there's other reason. Or maybe the other people make them feel comfortable. Yeah, so that's why they want to go to their room, you know. Nếu cái người đó em không cảm thấy comfortable thì mình mới dám đi vô cái nhà, cái phòng của người đó như đấy. You know. Maybe. Okay. Do shared spaces affect people's relationship? Những không gian mà phải chia sẻ chung với người khác. Shared spaces means like spaces that you must share with the others. Like share kitchen, for example. Share toilets, for example. Toilet chung, bếp chung. Or maybe shared living room, maybe. For example. So the question, do shared spaces affect people's relationship? Because a lot of the time, people have a different degree of cleanliness, you know. Con người ta đâu phải ai cũng sạch sẽ. Con người ta có những mức độ khác nhau về chuyện sạch sẽ. So because of that, it can make people angry with each other. Of course, a lot of the time. Giờ thân lắm nha, ở với nhau đi biết liền. If you're too like close as friends and you just live together and you feel and you know that there's some problems, it affects your relationship with them, with other people immediately. So I don't think having shared space is a good idea. Unless you really have to. Trừ trường hợp unless they have to, I do not advocate, kêu gọi ủng hộ. I do not advocate having shared spaces, you know. There could be a lot of problems. All right, you think about this one, please. 268. All right, put your first. Describe someone else's room you enjoy spending time in, can you?
Yes, this might be my teacher room.
This room, right?
Yes. It's the studio apartment.
No, it's not a studio apartment. This is a 2-bedroom apartment.
2-bedroom apartment. It's very homey. It's very beautiful. Like a lot of painting. The lights very is decorated very to
let's just say very bling bling beautiful. Very beautiful and cozy. Nó phải có cảm giác cozy nữa. Cảm giác rất là thân thiện, thân thuộc. Cảm giác rất là ấm cúng.
They have many musical instruments like
there are many musical instruments. Những năm đúng nha. Musical instrument. Instrument âm đầu. Just check this one out. You can say
instrument.
Nè, những âm đầu là instrument. Instrument.
Instrument.
Instrument. Instrument.
Instrument.
So there are many musical instruments. Yes.
yeah, drum.
Yes.
And yeah.
It's a good sense of lavender.
Yeah. It's lavender. It's very calming. Feel peaceful in there.
He's the Zen in him. Okay. That's why. What do you usually do there? What do you usually do there?
I come in there to learn knowledge about English,
Ah,
and there are many cute and charming cats.
yes, thank you. My cat love it, I know. Okay, that's why I enjoy. Mình kết lại câu. That's why I enjoy spending time in that room.
That's why I enjoy.
Spending time in that room.
That's why I spend time in that room.
In that room.
That room.
Okay, very good. Quang, your turn. Describe someone else's room you enjoy spending time in. Nói cái phòng khác nhỉ? It is.
Spending friends.
Yeah.
This room is very big.
Big hay là big?
Big.
Nó kéo dài ra xíu đi.
Big.
His room is very big. Yeah.
It's big design. It's a company of.
So its design attracts me a lot.
It has a lot of.
It has how they add is.
And in figure in there.
Like, is it what kind of figure? Is it like comic figures? Is it like superhero figure? Is it like manga figures or something? Superhero figures.
Also have been
And about laws. Why are you interested in that anyway?
because a lot of focus.
I mean, yeah, for me, I'm not interested in that. It's just dry, dry subject. So they are just like there are many rows of hàng dài. There are many. Let me check this word. Row. There are many rows of books that looks amazing and attractive to me. Thành một cái hàng dài như thế này. There are many rows of books that look exciting and attractive to me. And probably you would like library, yeah? Mm-hmm.
This will pass everything maybe. The bureau, edition.
Okay.
In there, I can the words a lot of things.
Right.
Playing and studying.
Hơi bị dài quá rồi. It's a bit too long. All right. And that's why I enjoy spending time with her. Very good. So, do you think people personalize their space or not? And why?
To personality as made.
No. The question is yes, no question. They didn't ask whether they should do it or not. Anh chỉ có nghĩ rằng con người ta cá nhân hóa cái không gian của họ không? Yes hay no? Chứ không phải là con người ta có nên làm thế hay không? Em trả lời phải đúng nha. So, of course they do, right? Most of the people personalize
space. Digital identity of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So bring the signature of their like
Yes.
Cái
Their personal characteristic.
Yes. They share the person identical.
They are share of personality. Cái phần chia sẻ của họ, they share of person Whoa, what word were you trying to say? I forgot. Personality à? Personality, cái phần chia sẻ tính cách của họ, they share personality.
So they have what they like. They want to decorate their room.
Yes.
The color they want to get in the wall.
Right. Yes. Okay. So it's a yes no question. So you should answer the yes no way. Okay. Là câu hỏi yes no nha. Okay. So Quang, how do people often personalize their space? My home is very personalized. See.
Yeah, when
To personalize.
one of the way
Yes.
water in the wall.
They can paint their walls or apply wallpaper, dán tường. Nó cũng là một cái phương cách. Or they can paint the wall, vẽ lên tường. Hoặc là sơn tường, they can paint the wall. Okay, and how about like sticking, they can stick posters or hang treo gì? They can hang paintings. Có một số người mà họ treo bằng thường. Some people they just hang, they hang certificates, they hang certificates. Okay, let's check the word certificates. Is it the certificate or certificates? Cut. I'm cut. Cut.
Certificate. Certificate.
Certificates. Hang certificates on their wall. Đặc biệt ngoài Bắc hay có chuyện này. Treo những bằng khen, chứng nhận lên tường. Nó thể hiện cái sự mà gọi là mua mặt, cái sự thể diện ngoài Bắc nó hơi bị quá đáng. So to hang certificates on the walls, like, but these days people don't do that anymore. Like for example, I used to be a pharmacist, but I never want to hang my degree on the wall. Tôi là dược sĩ mà tôi không bao giờ tôi treo giấy tờ gì trên trường, trên tường đó. I mean, I never do that. It looks weird. Okay, so what else? Okay, let's go back here and you can say, there you go, this part.
Purchase furniture. They join.
Such as
devices.
Agreed.
If you have a bed, you can buy.
Well, yeah, if you have a bed, you can buy what? You can buy like, yeah, you can like, for example, if I have beds, I can buy bed sheets, khăn trải giường, buy bed sheets and for my beds, like different kind of bed sheets with specific patterns, những cái phương cách nó khác nhau, giống như kiểu những kiểu đặc biệt nào đó. Like for example, look at that sofa, you can see the basically yeah. So the bed sheets is basically a blanket that reflects, the zodiac. Nó giống như là nó thể hiện cái vòng tròn hoàng đạo, the zodiac, and it just have different colors. What else? You're right. Like by plants, you can say they can plants. Và nó tên cây luôn nha. Such as the monstera plant, thì cái lưỡi hổ gì đó, I forgot. The ficus, I think. No, the ficus plant. Đó là cái cây mà cái này. This is a ficus plant. Yeah, cây đa bút đỏ. Yeah, ficus plant. This one. Okay. Anything else? Okay, I'll ask Phúc more. So, why do people feel comfortable in other people's rooms?
Have a lot of
There are
there are many reason that I think that what was learned is to I feel the F5 is difficult for me to enjoy what the atmosphere, and it's also to have a chance to talking
change or chance. Chance. Tôi có cơ hội để I have a chance to
have talking with my friend, that is also to share my opinion about this knowledge. The friends room, I will have to have a sense to cooperate with them, to play PlayStation with them, and to have a lunch or dinner if they are family. It's very amazing.
of course amazing, yeah. So yeah, it's just an amazing, very inviting and cozy room. Yep. Okay, so Quang, why do people feel comfortable in other people's rooms? In other people's rooms, and quá nhanh. Try to speak slower. Because in other people's rooms,
Other people's rooms can provide many equipment that we don't have.
sounds like you're describing my room. Sounds like you're describing my room.
Then when you use the on the back, you don't need to
Yeah.
can about this condition. You can use it or something comfortable.
Comfortably. Sử dụng một cách rất thoải mái. Một cách thoải mái. Comfortably. They can use it more comfortably. Wait a moment. But that's not your items. How could you use it comfortably? Đâu phải đồ của em, mà em sử dụng cách thoải mái như hay vậy. You know. Wait. There's a logic problem here. Okay, so with close friends, close people, you feel like you can use their item comfortably, right? Let's see. Yes.
Phúc thì tôi về một bên không thì my friend they hit family more into the how we had it and buy a lot of food for me and them.
Wow.
I can feel very comfortable.
You feel blessed. You feel like life it's worth living. And that's why you feel comfortable in their room. You say, very good, very good. So, Phúc, do share spaces affect other people's relationships? Affect people's relationships.
Yes, of course. It shares me affect most of the like their identity, the
Personality.
for example, care, the kitchen, the toilet.
Uh-huh.
For example, for me, I live in the nuclear family. I have to share the kitchen with my parents. And
So you live together with your parents, you have to share a kitchen with them? Yes, of course.
I try to have advantage and disadvantage. Disadvantage to strengthen the relationship with my parents. It's the inconvenience of that situation when I had to clean a dish. My enormous dishes.
I have to clean an enormous amount of dishes, or number of dishes. Số nhiều lắm đến được này. I can clean an enormous amount of dishes. You know, that's why I think a dishwasher is a lifesaver, là một cái thứ mà cứu mạng sống đấy. Yeah, that's why I bought it. So I think a dishwasher, it's a wonderful invention. Yeah. The microwave is another wonderful invention, you know. And the cleaning robot too. Robot dọn nhà nữa nha. It's a wonderful invention. Oh yes, that's a massage chair. Oh wow. People will start saying Mr. John is so rich. Thank you, but I worked really hard for them, so I deserve it. Tại vì tôi xứng đáng. Well, yeah, someone will cut this part and then put it on TikTok, I think. Anyway, so what do you think? When do share spaces affect people's relationships?
Because people have their personal life, right?
Personal life what? Their personal lifestyle. Okay. People have their own của riêng họ. Lifestyle. Nè, y ngắn đi y dài L là YL là wild, IL. Cho nên nó sẽ là lifestyle. Lifestyle. So people have their own lifestyle. Nè, y ngắn R nè, IR là iron. Cho nên nó sẽ là their own lifestyle.
Privacy is very important and share.
Well, up to the point when I was in secondary schools, I still had to sleep on the same bed with my brother. So yeah, back then no privacy. But now it's way different now. Okay. So think about the fact that if the shared space is not clean, what would be the problem? Yes, that's the first thing. The second thing, people would feel very angry at each other. Of course, you wouldn't want to look at their face, you know. Oh, well, so that's why I say, even though if you're a close friend, don't try to live together. Oh, that's and Phúc look at one like, what happened? You know something I don't know?
Yeah, is out.
I know that. Nhìn là biết rồi. Okay. Well, try to live clean, you know. Oh dear. Okay, good practice today. Just for your information, I clean the toilet for my cats 2 times per day. I also wipe clean the surfaces. And after you guys are gone, I'll clean those chairs too. I'll wash those chairs, basically. And also, my robots clean the floor every day. Yep. So try to live clean, okay? Kind of, a little bit. You can already see that I check the spelling, I check the pronunciation of my students a lot, so I'm quite OCD. Yeah.